after.
Midnight.
Good one.
Is that your slate? Your singing?
Our lack of slate,
Yeah.
which I mean, yeah,
It works just as good.
It's the same difference.
Yeah, exactly.
The only thing that I'm missing, and we've talked about this before, is just that like I could like set. I could write on there like, okay, this is Jason Dietz. Like,
that would be cool. Oh, but by the way, is the guest today is
Yes.
Jason Dietz. Good introduction
Thank you.
there.
Nice little segue.
Yeah, I don't know. I like I told him before you got here. I'm just phasing out of the whole film world because it's so saturated and competitive, and what's marketable for film and what is considered art nowadays is just nothing that I care about enough to really want my hat in that ring anymore.
Starting to feel more like a job.
Well, I've just been focused so much on music for the past couple of years too that like I think I'm really gonna focus on writing like some instructional stuff because a lot of people are making good money with just sort of like selling information, and I feel like I have been teaching guitar long enough and just playing different instruments long enough that like me writing an ebook or like putting out some curriculum and funneling it into
that would
sources. That's I just can do more with that, I think.
Have you thought about like I know this is probably lame, but have you thought about like starting a TikTok channel too and like doing like instructional videos? That's how Dennis ended up taking off.
Yeah,
he was just posting like how to do certain things with cameras and overnight, dude.
It's not a bad way to go. I really think it's just
How do you generate revenue with TikTok? Can you?
Ads.
Yeah,
With
you can.
ads,
Yeah,
if you
sponsorships.
get X amount of followers, you can start giving ad.
I don't think it's like
So,
YouTube. I don't think you get paid per view, but
You can.
you can get paid per view on TikTok.
Well, not per view. It's just like Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts, where it's like once you hit a certain amount of follows/views, they open it up.
Like hours watched.
Yeah, once they open it up to you, you can basically just like sign a little deal that's like, all right, if I continue to hit like, I think it's like 15,000 or more, per video, then I get a kickback from the ads and
Dude, that is
stuff.
extremely achievable on TikTok too, man.
Yeah, TikTok is a lot easier. The algorithm's super nice to new people. It seems actually what they've done, and I think this is smart going forward, just for social media in general, because it's so saturated, they sort of have like an opposite governor, unlike when they shadow ban you. So like the more you make, like views or money-wise, the less popular you'll be in the algorithm. It really favors like up-and-comers.
Like new creators.
Yeah, because
That's cool.
they don't have to pay them.
Oh, yeah, that is smart.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I have TikTok on my phone, but I think I follow like 2 people.
Yeah.
I've never really spent any time on there.
Dude, my algorithm looks insane. Like, I have just the weirdest videos pop
they
up
don't
on
really-
mine. Yeah,
They
dude,
don't
I don't
really funnel
understand it.
in.
That's how my
like-
YouTube is.
Yeah, mine too, man.
Feel that.
I don't know why, but I am getting just oversaturated with John Mayer videos on my YouTube shorts. Yeah, it's just like
You
old
love John
skits.
Mayer.
I do love John Mayer.
Some of this shit's funny, man. Like my best friend Tally, David, he's a John Mayer fan, and we always
Yeah.
tease him about it and stuff. And he does some really funny videos.
Oh,
and,
absolutely he
some of his
does, yeah.
like nasty too. Like some of the shit that he says, and I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I didn't expect.
He's
that
got
from
a
that
sense of
dude,
humor,
right?
man.
Yeah, totally.
Especially if you're a musician, I feel like it's just like prime like music person humor.
Yeah.
Because like I anyone who's watching this that isn't a musician, that lets you in on a tiny secret. What we do is we sit in the back of the room and we either go, yeah, that guy's good, or we go, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong.
Yeah, it's like people watching movies. Yeah, it's the
Well,
same
and it's
fucking
not
thing.
it's not to be mean necessarily. It's just like you're competing in the same
Air, space.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know, like let's all either be good enough to compete with each other, or don't get in the ring, I guess.
Yeah, he definitely has some funny skits that he's done, man. But dude, I'm sure you'll disagree. I firmly believe he is one of the best, like genuinely one of the best guitar players.
No, he's a wonderful guitar player.
He's wicked, man.
Yeah.
Especially his stuff when he was on tour with like BB King and stuff, dude.
Oh,
Those are so fun to watch, man.
Yeah, I
Him
saw
and
some of
BB
those
King rip
videos
it
too.
up, dude.
Yeah.
Any of the Crossroads.
Oh yeah.
Crossroads stuff was great. And mostly, in my opinion, though, because of dude who plays the SG doesn't use a pick. Oh, what is his name? Derek Trucks. Dude is incredible. Probably like the best blues guitar player of the past like 10, 20 years.
I don't even know if I know him, dude.
Dude's incredible. He's got like long blonde white ponytail. He looks like Edgar Winter in a way, but just a lot of soul. Just really soulful. Good slide player, which is really difficult, man.
I've never even attempted to use a slide.
Slides are
I'm
wicked.
so bad at it.
Oh, are you? Do you play guitar too?
Not really. Like just for dicking around.
Right.
Not really play guitar,
Hell yeah, man. Well, dude, we really appreciate you coming in. I know you just got off the American tour, right?
Yeah.
You're about to hit Europe?
About to hit Europe and then come back and do West Coast, get 2 months off, and then do the whole country again.
Holy shit, man. Y'all are hammering it.
Yeah.
How
that's awesome.
How's that been so far?
It's been great, man. Like, I don't know, it's such a crazy experience.
I imagine
like,
so, yeah.
I'm doing stuff musically that I just have dreamed about since I was a kid, you know?
That's so cool. That's
just
the
to get to
best.
do it later in life with more wisdom and, knowledge. My body hurts a little more. I think my brain is in a good place to be doing this right now, you know?
Sometimes that's more important because I've definitely seen, and I'm sure that you've seen it too, but just, younger people go out on the road and get swallowed up by tour life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, because, there's a lot of temptation, on the road.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
Yeah, dude, I've been keeping up with y'all on Instagram, man. You seem to be having a great time.
We do, man.
It seems like a really cool group of people to be on tour with, too.
And that's what it is, man. Like, it's not like a hired gun job or anything, it's like we're actually
rare in this town.
A band,
Right, it almost it's just buddies playing music, for great audiences, man.
I've been playing music with our guitar player for 15 years.
Wow.
Him and I own the recycling business together. We've worked all kinds of jobs together. The drummer is my wife's brother. So
wow.
I've known him. He's my family,
Are you serious, dude?
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking sick, man.
Yeah, so drummer's my brother-in-law.
Awesome.
And he's dating the keyboard player, which is the main guy's sister.
It's just a whole family unit. That's awesome,
dude.
That's why, like, when you see pictures and stuff, like we're having a good time.
Right.
We are.
I was wondering, man, because y'all are very, very comfortable.
Yeah, we
with
just
each other.
hang out with each other all the time.
Well,
So go ahead.
I was just gonna say that leads us into one of the questions that we were wondering was like how in the world do you even get hooked up with people like
That's
that?
exactly where I was going with that.
Really,
Yeah, how long have you known Daniel?
Danny, it's kind of crazy how this whole thing came about. We were Carson, the drummer, and David, the guitar player, and I were playing in another band called Four in the Strange Band.
Okay.
And it was Coleman Williams.
A funny name.
And Coleman is Hank Williams' great-grandson. So Hank 3 is his dad.
Oh,
Gotcha.
shit.
And he's been a buddy of mine for years. Wow. And I guess it was 2 years ago now, he was like, hey, man, I want to start making music. I think I want to do the thing that my family does. Like, will you help me out? And I was like, yeah, man, absolutely. Like, let's do it. So Coleman, David, and I worked on the songs, blah, 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 put the band together, and we're like, all right, let's release a record and do a tour, man.
Yeah.
And we got hooked up with Amigo for just throwing the name out there, and we're looking to do some touring, blah, blah, blah. He liked it and took us on tour with him. And at the end of the tour, he was like, hey, the three of you guys want to come play some music with me?
Dude, that is fucking sick.
Yeah, it was
really
great.
cool.
Like, and the Coleman stuff, this is the first time that Coleman had ever, like, even been in a band,
And he just went straight to the top, dude.
Straight to playing, his name,
Right.
Yeah, so it was interesting, and it was, you feel bad, and like, a job's a job,
right.
And getting offered another job.
Yeah.
But we hooked Coleman up with a new band, actually twice. Like, he had some member changes and things, and some guys weren't cut out for the road, and so on and so forth. So we helped him find everybody to replace us, as to not, like, leave the dude high and dry.
Right, yeah.
everybody's still cool with each other. And
Well, that's good.
That's all that matters. Yeah.
That's really good.
yeah, that's really
With
all that
that,
matters.
yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, man, job's a job, and opportunities, better opportunity.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you can't be faulted for
No,
making
no
that
hard
choice
feelings
by
on
any
that
means.
stuff.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny enough, man, my buddy Hunter Mellish, you may have seen him before.
I know Hunter. He's playing with Coleman.
He's playing with him now?
Yeah.
Aren't they? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
It
I was going to
does,
say,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure Hunter's about to go on tour
Yeah,
with...
he's playing with Coleman. Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
see, small world, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Hunter-
actually going to be on June 9th.
and his brother.
I don't know his brother. I actually worked
Ethan.
with his dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how I knew. That's how I met Hunter, because Jeremy Mellish, which is his father, we worked together at the Fab Shop, and he told me to go down to Liquid Smoke and check them out one day while they were playing.
Mad Cabbage, or was it the other band?
I think it was Mad Cabbage.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure that's who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, though.
I
You said
recorded-
8th the 3rd, and that's what made me think of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kinda
tell
figured.
Hunter I said what's up.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, small world, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
crazy
it's
how many
crazy.
people know each other in the scene. Like, it's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recorded Mad Cabbage.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
cool,
how I know those guys.
That
Have
makes
you
sense.
did you record some of the Amigo stuff as well?
Nothing that's out yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Gotcha.
I thought I saw credits online of you recording something for Amigo the Devil, but I didn't know.
Yeah, it comes out this year, hopefully. In the
That's
fall.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
Just
fallen in love with that
finished
band.
it yesterday, I think.
Oh,
No
nice.
joke. Yeah, dude, that's awesome, man. Yeah, you're just never done working with the
No,
money, dude.
man,
That's awesome, dude.
That's good though.
What you pretty excited for Europe? Where are you going over
I'm
there?
super excited, man. I don't know.
You know, he's like, dude, I just go where I'm going.
I'm so bad at it. Like, I know we're going to France, Poland, Germany, several places in the UK, Scotland,
Sounds right.
I feel like regardless, dude, wherever you're going, it's gonna be
London.
sick.
Yeah, we're all over.
That's super fun.
Ireland.
Have you been to Europe before?
I've been to the UK.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, so I've never been out of the States before. I feel like going on a
really?
European tour would be
Oh, that would be
amazing.
it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be so. You're
I'm
gonna get
stoked. I just don't
great
even know what to
food.
expect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
We've got a day off in Amsterdam, which is cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, I don't know exactly where I'm going, but I know
Yeah.
Amsterdam's on the
Yeah, I know
list.
Amsterdam's on the list.
Yeah.
A day off in Amsterdam sounds like an '80s movie.
Yeah,
Dude, it
Man,
actually
yeah,
does.
exactly,
Woo.
exactly.
Wow, I'm
You gotta
excited
write a
for
new
you.
song, and that's what,
Yeah.
that's what it's
Day
gonna
off
be.
in
Yeah.
Amsterdam.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick, man.
Apparently, it's not as crazy as it used to be.
Oh, yeah,
like
I'm
it's pretty
sure.
tame.
Yeah.
Well, now that everything's, you
I
know,
mean, it's not a big deal to be able to go buy weed
Yeah.
at a store
Right,
anymore,
right.
because you can do that like two
Here.
states over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or from the gas station, the stuff that's
Literally.
almost weed. You know?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
do you
Yeah,
ever
I mean,
use any of
that's-
that Delta stuff?
I've tried the Delta. I guess it's the 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the normal one.
It's like
yeah.
it's like weed light. It's
Yeah.
like diet weed.
That's
It's pretty much.
That's how I describe it.
Yeah.
normally.
I think you're the one that I got that from, actually.
Well, I've been doing that for almost 3 years now.
the Delta 8.
Yeah, exclusively.
Dude, honestly, that's what I use at this point. It's just
Yeah.
easier.
I like the
fucking-
gummies.
the gummies are great.
Yeah.
Well, the
Intense.
edibles, like, you can't tell a difference in my
No,
opinion.
yeah, that's what I like. The better is the edibles.
Yeah.
I'm way too much of a pussy to eat edibles, man. Like, dude, it's so weird. I'll sit there and I'll eat mushrooms, right? But fucking THC edibles freak me out, dude. I have had some bad
My wife is the
experiences.
same way,
Really?
dude. She will sit there and eat a handful of mushrooms,
Yeah.
and she won't go over 5 milligrams of THC.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
like, what?
I've never been so scared of a gummy bear in my life, dude.
Maybe I just like have a different tolerance for edibles, because edibles for me like normally don't hit. I just do dabs like all the time.
Yeah,
that's
much
the way.
prefer wax.
Well, because like the wax too, like where you might like
I'm still okay.
only need like one for like normal THC. For like the Delta stuff, like you just take 2 and you're right at the same level.
Yeah.
You know? But like again, it's way more intense than hitting it like out of a cart or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't burn at the same temperature. It's not nearly as much. You have to kind of get through the layer of like ceramic or cotton. It's like the wicking mechanism for
Yeah.
it. So everything is dulled down an extent further. But that's why I go for straight wax. Plus, I get it in bulk on mine now because it's legal, and you can order as much as you want. So I get 20 grams of Delta 8 wax for $40.
Oh, damn.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
You can just get it in your mailbox, dude.
Yeah, and
That's
I mean,
crazy.
I just dab it out of the jar. Like, you know, we can make edibles out of it, and we've done that before.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's super easy.
Man, my tolerance for THC is just it's weird, man. Like it's the weirdest thing. I'm not
tolerance.
condoning starting at such a young age, but like I started smoking pot at 16. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Maybe
think
a
that's
little before.
normal.
Yeah,
Like, if
pretty
you're going
normal.
to.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like heroin or something.
Yeah,
It's just
no.
weed, man. So like, I've been smoking for a while. You know, I'm 28. So, but dude, it doesn't matter how long I've been smoking. Today, I could probably go bowl for bowl. You know what I mean?
Oh,
we
same.
could go bowl for bowl.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I could take one hit off of a joint and have a fucking panic attack. Dude,
Really?
it
Yeah,
is the
I don't
strangest
get it.
fucking thing in the entire world, man. I hate it. Like, I hate it because it's a gamble.
Yeah.
Anytime I fucking go anywhere, and granted, nowadays, I don't know if I just got so used to it that now I know how to control, like, the uncomfortable feeling. And so,
Yeah.
like, I'm never worried about having, like, a panic attack or something. But, dude, have you ever greened out before? The first time I ever smoked out of a bong, right? 16 years
Oh,
old.
gosh.
I looked up a
That'll do
video
it.
on YouTube because I had never done it, but I was going to my older brother's house. I wanted to fucking be cool. I wanted to know what I was doing. So I get over there, me and my buddy Austin.
Always a
Dude,
mistake.
I get over there, yeah, because YouTube is like, oh yeah, dude, just take the entire bowl straight to the face.
Yeah.
So like,
Get
I
a
packed
torch,
the bowl,
rip
dude.
the entire-
I mean, it was the brightest cherry I've ever seen in my life. It looked like the fucking sun was sitting in that bowl. I hit it so hard, dude. The second I exhale, well, I'm like
Yeah.
immediately high. I went from sober to scared in a matter
Yeah.
of seconds, dude. So I'm like,
Have
I'm
done
good,
that
I'm good,
before.
I'm good. I just need to eat something. That was a fucking mistake. So like I ate an egg roll real quick. I was like, all right, that didn't do it. I just need to drink something. So I'm like chugging fruit punch. I was like, dude, I just need to calm down. I just need to go smoke a cigarette. I fucking got 2 hits off of a cigarette. I was like, that was not the move, man.
Nope.
I went inside. It felt like pins and needles all over my whole body. I'm like overheating. Dude, I am in my boxers laying on a fucking roll of toilet paper in the bathroom.
Oh my
Just
God.
like, please, like, stop.
Oh my God, dude.
I have never heard of anybody else having such a visceral reaction
Yeah,
to
that
fucking
is
pot.
intense, man.
I don't
Yeah.
get it, man. I don't get it. Granted,
I
that
want
has
to be
it.
that high.
No one wants to be
Anytime
that
I get
high.
like the uncomfortable high, which happens like very seldomly.
Right.
Yeah.
I always call it high school high.
Right. Yeah.
That's a good. I'm gonna use that.
Just
Like,
being high in high school, like, man, it just felt like that was the highest I've ever been.
Oh,
Right?
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
how do I do that again?
Yeah.
but you do every time.
You know, sometimes you get that stone where you just can't stop laughing.
Yeah,
and
that's the
everything's
best.
funny.
That's my
you know, it's
favorite.
like,
That's
yeah,
the
that-
sweet spot.
Yeah, it only happens every once in a while.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It happens more with mushrooms. you know.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think a part of your problem is the psychedelics you've done.
What do you mean?
Well, because I definitely noticed that more after like my time with acid. Like I call it that because I feel like
My time with acid.
I feel like I divorced acid. Me and her had to have a sit down and be like, we're not. Good
This
for
is
each
not
other.
working out anymore, man.
But no. After that, yeah, I definitely was like, every time I ripped something, I was like, okay, am I gonna like be sent right back into like paranoid? Like, or not?
Yeah, dude.
Mushrooms never though.
Oh my god, I had the
acid.
scariest fucking trip of my life on mushrooms.
Well,
never on acid. I've never had a bad trip on acid.
I've never had a bad.
I've
trip,
had way
period,
too much
but
acid and been
yeah,
too intense, but I've never
that's-
had like the scary like.
No.
Because you've done hallucinogenics, right?
Yeah, I've done acid once.
Okay.
Once,
It wasn't really my jam. I was also really young.
Yeah.
But I do like microdosing of mushrooms.
Okay, hell
quite
yeah, man.
frequently.
That's
That's
good
what I'm
stuff,
about
yeah.
to get into.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll take it a little more than like the dose that I'm comfortable with,
Yeah.
just to get a little more visual
Yeah,
thing
just
happening.
have
And
fun.
yeah,
What is your microdose, if you don't mind me asking? Because everybody's got a
gram.
different sweet spot.
gram.
Oh, you just do a gram?
Yeah.
Damn, that is a big
That's-
fucking microdose. I don't even know if I would call it a microdose.
yeah.
I would.
I'd say anywhere between a half gram to a gram, but like a gram,
That's-
I'm gonna have a
Good time.
good time. I can
Yeah.
still function, you know.
Yeah,
right,
totally.
right.
Yeah,
A
I'm
gram
still-
is probably my favorite amount
Yeah.
to eat because
That's just nice.
Yeah.
it's very predictable.
It fucks my
predictable.
stomach up
Oh,
so
really?
Do you-
bad.
Yeah.
That's how my
dude.
wife
Like,
is. Yeah.
to the point where like if it's processed in like a chocolate or gummies and shit like that people make, like it doesn't do me any no problems at all.
Yeah,
but
just eating the plant.
Straight mushies.
Yeah, straight mushies, man, is no bueno on my belly.
Really?
Yeah.
I've gotten like
I'd say puke.
No, out the other end.
Oh no, dude, that's almost worse.
I know,
Honestly,
dude. It's like 40 minutes of my mushroom experience is me just sitting there like,
oh
God.
no, dude.
That's like the last thing you ever want to do on a psychedelic.
I
too.
know.
After shits? Yeah, dude, that sounds
man.
awful,
That's
man.
the fucking worst.
Yeah.
That's not a good way to fucking start a trip.
So
dude.
there's apparently things that you can do to alleviate that, like tea.
Oh, interesting.
People say that's
I've
one
heard
way
the
that you can
tea's
do it.
good.
Well, I was gonna tell you, man, the best way to take mushrooms, in my opinion, is to lemon tech them. Do you know what that is?
I've heard this just recently. What is it?
You gotta try it, dude. Get your gram, grind it up or whatever, put it in a shot glass, and top it off with lemon juice.
And then you strain it, right?
I don't even strain
You
it.
don't
I fill the glass up with lemon juice, just a little shot glass, or a little double shooter.
Yeah.
I set it in the fridge for 20 minutes, let it chill. The acid in the lemons go ahead and like help break down to extract the psilocybin.
Okay.
So you know when you just eat mushrooms, it takes about 45 minutes for it to really kick in.
Yeah.
I swear to fucking God, dude. You lemon tech it takes like 15 minutes. Like 10 or
Dang.
15 minutes, and you're like, oh shit, this is alright. But yeah, it gets rid of the taste. There's no bad taste because it's ground up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You just,
Yeah.
or you can just
So
get
I
like a
don't
little
even-
coffee grinder.
I don't
and do
mind the
powder.
taste or the texture, to be
I
honest
don't
with you.
either.
Like I chew on them and
I just don't like
like
it
eating
getting stuck in
sunflower
my
seeds or
fucking
something.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
I always describe it as like a bland saltine. It's
Yeah.
kind of like, it's a cracker.
Really? I just think
Yeah.
it tastes like ass, dude. Yeah. Y'all are over here making it sound enjoyable.
I kind of like the taste.
I
of
really
dried
don't
mushrooms.
like edible mushrooms. But for whatever reason, I don't mind damn mushy mushes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of chew on them.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I know a
then-
lot of guys that'll chew them and then tuck them in their cheek. They
Oof.
won't even swallow them immediately.
That's weird.
Yeah, as if it's like dip or
I
something.
don't like that.
Yeah.
I
Weird.
don't like that.
It is kind of weird, isn't it? But yeah, dude, he swears by it. I don't know. He does a lot of weird
I'm
shit.
gonna try that lemon thing. Someone
Yeah.
else
Dude,
told me
I'm
that
telling
recently.
you right now, man, it is my absolute favorite way to take mushrooms. It doesn't ever fuck my stomach up, but I feel like I gotta piss nonstop.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I guess it's because the mushrooms are literally trying to poison you,
Yeah,
and we're just over here like, ooh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
The mushrooms are like, I'm trying to kill you though. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it still is fun.
Yeah. Well, it's fun until it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, that's rare with mushrooms.
Yeah. I've eaten mushrooms
More rare.
probably 20 times.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Probably about 20 times. I've only ever had one bad trip, but fuck me, was it terrifying.
Yeah. I always think about like it's so interesting because like especially if you take some time away and you're just like totally sober for a while and you come back to it, I always get the sense of like, oh, this is like reality plus.
Yeah.
It's like just a little extra, but that little extra can be a little too much sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, it's like live
Yeah.
in HD. It's
Well,
like 4K.
Yeah, it's weird though because you get this sense that what you're doing is like not wrong in like a moral or ethical sense, but like you're bending the universe slightly. You know what I mean? Like,
It's almost like you're like you're doing something almost.
You're
the
peeking
universe-
behind
Yeah,
the
you're not.
scenes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
like there's gonna be some boom operator. In the back,
It's like the Truman Show.
you're not supposed to see this. Yeah, go back
I mean,
out there.
They definitely changed me for the better, man. I used to.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I used to be like, and it's probably just because of the way I was raised. I feel like that's how a lot of people kind
Well,
of.
I feel like in a way they sort of like break your sense of psyche down a little bit, just enough for you to like.
Especially if you have an
gain some-
ego death, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
You
For
really
sure.
reevaluate some things. But like I grew up in a conservative
Yeah.
household, you know what I mean?
Same.
Like my stepdad, super conservative. So growing up, I was kind of that way too, just because that's what like I was always like, no, dude, free healthcare, absolutely not, bro. Like this is a capitalist country and it needs to
Yeah.
stay that way. And I was sitting on my back porch, the very first time I ever did mushrooms, and I was just sitting there and I was like, dude, we have fucked everything up, man. Life could be so much easier than it is. Like, we could all just be hanging out eating fruit together, but we have
Yeah.
complicated things. Like,
Yeah.
you're telling, like, why does anything even cost money, dude? We make all the shit. Like, we
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
all the stuff. Why does it have to cost money? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, I don't know, dude. It like 180'd me,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was for the best.
Right.
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy.
It's almost like a little reset button in your brain.
Yeah.
It is,
Even
dude.
just kind of doing a little bit, like you don't get hungover from it, or you don't feel like
No.
shit the next day. If anything, you have like clarification, like
Yeah.
Right. You got
knock the
something to
cobwebs
reflect
off
on.
your brain.
Exactly. Well, and I mean, science is only proving that more and more with all these
It helps with depression, anxiety, fucking.
Yeah.
dementia specifically, though.
Really?
Yeah, because apparently both nicotine and psilocybin work on your brain in the same way as like a fortifying agent against mental deterioration over time.
Cigarettes are healthy. Fuck yeah.
Not that.
Hell yeah, dude. That's the news I've been waiting on.
Yeah,
man.
you might be able to say that with like a cigar or something, just because there's no pesticides or any extra chemicals that are being
maybe if you're
added.
buying like hand rolled.
Well, most of them are
Homegrown.
hand rolled. Most
If you're
of them.
smoking a Black and Mild, I don't think
That's
there's
not a
anything-
cigar, though.
There's nothing healthy about a Swisher Sweet.
No,
A fucking peach
no.
flavored Swisher Sweet, man.
Some White Owl grapes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, everybody loves the White Owl grapes.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite blunt wraps.
Right, yeah, that's what I was
bet
gonna
it's
say.
the
man.
only
yeah,
thing-
White
I
Owl White
swear.
Grape, dude. That is
that's the shit.
that's primo.
I don't
right
even
there,
know
dude.
why people ask, cause like I know that was always a thing for us anyway. It was like, dude who's gonna go buy the wrap gets out of the car like, all right, what does everybody want? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like White Owl, the
White Owl grape,
man.
yeah, just
it's like,
get that one. Same
People got
answer
into
every
Tropical
time.
Fusion a lot though. You remember this when
Yeah.
Swisher Sweet first came out with
You
Tropical
know
Fusion?
why though? Because they sold those in the minis and you got 3 wraps.
You got the 3 mini wraps, the perfect
yeah,
blunt.
yeah.
Hell yeah,
And
man.
each of those was like a 0.75 1 gram blunt. So if you had like an eighth, that was like perfect for the
Yeah.
eighth. You just divide it up in 3 blunts.
I want to try DMT. That's the
Little
one that I want
hellions.
to try.
Yeah, man, I've actually got some that someone gave us on
Really?
tour.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
recently? Okay, you just got it.
Yeah. I've never tried it or done anything. I don't even know what to do or how to do it. Like,
Sprinkle it on a bowl.
it's a little bag of pink crystals,
A way.
Yep.
and I trust the people that gave it to me.
Right.
I just don't trust myself with it.
Yeah.
So-
Well, I would.
If anybody wants to guinea pig it,
Yeah.
we've got a little bag of DMT.
Holy shit, dude.
I've definitely never done it, but I knew a guy in college. He won't care if I tell this story. He's a funny individual. He's basically like a little rich kid. His family like owned a wedding venue that did incredibly well. So he got to go to film school and just kind of dick around and do all the stuff he wanted to do. His name is Thomas. He's a super great guy. Love him to death. But he was tripping 90% of my film school experience. And he was one of the instructors too. So like I always knew that like I could pass like a project if I had Thomas with me, because I'd just smoke him out first and then we'd be good for the rest of the day. But he lived in a warehouse in downtown Nashville that he converted into like a
Dude, that's
video
so sick.
studio. His neighbors were Russian chemists
Oh,
that
shit.
immigrated here to like just kind of restart and get normal jobs. Well, they were running all their chemistry stuff out of the warehouse adjacent to them. So effectively, the Russians would just make DMT for them, and they would do it non-stop. And they were very, very interesting people that hung around there.
I
But
don't know if you should be telling this fucking story on camera.
well, they all left the warehouse now. It was like
nobody lives in Tennessee anymore.
Well, actually, only one of them does. But yeah, it was like a group of like 6 people that all just like hung out at this warehouse and just did DMT all the freaking time. And he said that the Terrence McKenna way to do it was by far the best, which was like you basically get like you get like a glass beer bottle. You break off the bottom half so that you just have like the stem at the top. And you effectively just like
Hot knife it?
kind of. You heat up that end and you kind of like dab it almost into the powder, and you get like 6 of those, and you just gotta hold them all in. Apparently that's the real secret. It's a lot like salvia in the way that you just have to like hold it
Yeah,
forever.
Yeah, and
I've
then
heard
you
like
blast
3
off.
hits.
Yeah.
Because I've heard you got to hold it in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you can do one, and you'll get a little bit like if you just close your eyes,
Right.
You do
Yeah.
one DMT hit, lay back, close your eyes, and you'll maybe see like some
Geometric patterns.
exactly. But you're not going to be like full blast off.
Talking to fucking
Right.
aliens.
Exactly.
I mean, but
You'll
that's
still
what
be
you want to
coherent,
do.
but yeah, exactly. If you're gonna do it, man, do it.
Do it, yeah.
I always wonder though, like, because the DMT blast is like that's your death experience. That's what happens when you die.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you basically trip on DMT for however long until it runs out. You know?
Yeah.
So that's why, when people are having their near-death experiences, they come back and they've talked to God or the aliens or saw the big light and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. My thing is do I want my first time with DMT to be like the one that was intended for when I die?
Right, yeah.
That's a good way to look at it.
Or do I want to like go ahead and start fucking with that?
See what
dabble
it's
with
all
it and
about,
see what
man.
it's all about.
Yeah.
That's a difficult decision to make, too. Do you know what kind of DMT you have?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm only asking because the 5-MeO, which is like the toad venom stuff, apparently is greatly different in the way that that's like the classic, like, white light when you die kind of thing. Because
Okay.
apparently with 5-MeO, if you just, and that was what was legal for the longest, because you can synthesize it really easily apparently. But apparently with that, when you blast off, you just white light. Like everything else shuts off. Like no visuals, just like, a lot of people describe it as feeling like you are the center of the universe because like there's just no existence except for the fact that you can like posit that there is no existence. So that never sounded like fun to me, like at all. I was like, I don't need the absence of things. Like I can just sleep if that's really what I'm after.
I want to like fly through space.
Right.
Yeah.
Talk to the lizard people.
Yes. I want the
like see shapes and all that.
Self-dribbling basketballs. That's how Terrence McKenna described it.
Y'all saw that they're mapping out the DMT universe.
Oh
right?
yeah,
so they've
like
got
a whole government project.
Yeah, so
shocking.
yeah,
because
crazy,
everybody's
right?
like a lot of people see the same
The
things
same shit,
and
dude.
talk to the same people.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So
that's
alright,
the interesting
DMT
bit.
only
Right.
lasts.
Yeah.
It's only like a 15-minute trip. You know
Right.
what I mean? So
Well,
like,
here, but apparently there it can.
it
feel
could last
like
a lifetime
ever.
over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've got, I think it's 100 patients, and they got them hooked up to an IV drip. So they're keeping them under for like an hour at a time instead of the 15 minutes, and they're trying to map out the universe. So they got 100 people, and they all explain exactly what happened, where they are. They're essentially trying to like draw it out. You know what I mean?
just like trip report.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Almost all of them have reported the exact same things without even talking to each other. Like they're not allowed. It's not like we wake up and I'm like, "Yeah, Brad, how was your experience?" And then you interview us. It's like, we don't know each other. My story is his story. It's wild, man. It really makes you like think about some things.
Yeah,
it really
for
makes
sure.
you like, what the fuck is really going on here?
Yeah, totally.
It's absolutely insane, man.
So on a totally different note,
Right? Yeah.
we always do this. Because
Rabbit hole in the.
we just have a lot of interest in our guests to share a lot of these interests. But to do a little bit more of like an interviewee type thing, I just because I'm a bass player, I want to know like gear wise, just out of curiosity, because I know that it could devolve into gear worship, which is just sort of like an end of the music industry I have like a love-hate relationship with, but I am curious, like what, you own a studio as well, correct? So what are some of your favorite pieces of gear? What do you use on the road? Does that differ from what you use in the studio at all?
Absolutely. I was using the road is the road and the studio is the studio. Like
100%, yeah.
I'm a Ampeg dude. Like I love my Ampeg.
Yeah.
I took it on the road once and something got fucked up with it, and it was like $800 to retube it and shit. And I was like, I'm going solid state on the road.
Yep, that can stay at home.
That thing can stay at home. So GK was my solid state go-to, and they sound great, man. They always come on. They're nice low end.
Yep. Super clear too.
Yeah, super clear.
I feel like the front of house
GK
guy always likes
caught
that.
on fire on this tour.
Oh no!
Yeah, man, for some shitty grounding at a venue, which was unbelievable. But
So were you using it as like a full setup? Did you have like do you have like a cab as like a monitor on stage?
I've got 2 cabs.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I have Emperor cabs.
Yeah.
A 15 and 410s.
Nice. Oh, the 410s are great.
Yeah, man. I've used 10s like literally forever.
Yeah.
And I recently got a 15 because our sound dude was like, trust me on the 15. Don't get 810s. Get 15 and 410s.
Yeah.
And I think I want 2 15s now.
Yeah. I feel like, well, it's just
like,
so thumpy.
It is.
Like, you get a lot more low end out of that 15. My dad always went on about 18s. He was always like, I had a bass player one time, played through a single 18, and that just, like, filled up anywhere we went to. But I never gotten to play through an 18.
The 10s can really do the job of a 15. I mean, they punch, they rumble.
Yep.
You can get a lot out of 10s.
Yeah. And they got great mids too.
Yeah, they do. They sound awesome. That's where a lot of your tone is coming from.
Yeah.
But we accidentally set my rig up wrong on one of the shows on the tour and put the 15 on top.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And that's the night that changed me on the 15.
Yeah,
I was like,
you're just like, well,
that thing sounds awesome. That's going on top from here on out.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm putting my 10s on the bottom and the 15 on top.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I just wanted it closer to me.
Right.
You know?
For sure. Which I get.
Did it catch on fire mid-show?
It was during sound check.
Okay.
Yeah.
It would be
Well,
kind of
that's
sick if it
something.
hit mid-show. Like, it still sucks, but you're like, yeah, you know.
And then
You gotta fix it better though
Yeah.
if it's pre. Have you ever tried any of the Phil Jones stuff out?
Mm-mm.
He is an Australian bass amp manufacturer. He pretty much goes with like on the high end he does 10s. On the lower end of things, I think he does 4s, and literally does like, or maybe they're 8s. It's either 4 or 8s, but they sound amazing.
Huh.
But his little practice amps, I mean, like 4 to 6 speakers in each of them. And they're like only 10, 15 watts, but they're like incredibly clear and thumpy, and just using the smallest speakers. Cool. It's really interesting. They sound incredible. You might look them up.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
For studio stuff, I really like them because they're one of those that you can mic and you don't have to get weird about frequencies or anything.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're gonna DI to record anyway, like and you just want to add a little flavor, like on the top end, like you could set a mic in front of one of those practice amps. Tone will be fantastic, but like you're not gonna get any weird frequencies that you're gonna have to like try and eliminate later. I really liked them for that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll definitely check those out. The Emperor, I don't know if you've ever seen those or familiar with those. Those are, I mean, I fucking love them.
Yeah, they seem amazing. I've not been able to play through them. They sound incredible.
They're sexy.
Yeah, thank you.
Handmade in Chicago.
Yeah, which, hey, so much of the music industry is going more and more toward Chicago, which I think is really interesting, especially because, like, I feel like a lot of pioneers for, like, modern music and rock and kind of more musician end of music is stemmed out of Detroit specifically, but that whole end of things recently. I don't know. It's cool how things are going. I feel like we're in an interesting time in music where people are starting to like get back into gear a little bit and get back into sort of like, oh well, you made it on a laptop. That's not real music, how like an actual player would feel about stuff.
Yeah.
It's different. We haven't seen that since like 2002. So I'm excited to have that back.
It's cool, man. I think it's definitely a good time for stuff.
Yeah.
Post COVID and everything seems like it's getting back to a thing.
Well, they finally said that it's no longer like a crisis.
It's not a pandemic.
Yeah, it's not a pandemic anymore. Yeah. So it's kind of cool that everything's moving back towards the before times. That's pretty nice. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Help yourself, man.
So then for like basses, what are you?
Man.
Not that's like, I think everyone who plays pretty much knows that like your amp is your tone for the most part.
I mean, bass is hard too, your pickups and stuff. And your tone comes from how
fingers,
hard you hit shit. And,
it's all about the fingers.
Yeah. I play Reverend basses.
Yeah. So are you like full send Reverend at this point?
I think so, man.
They're
like,
so nice.
They're
so
awesome, man.
I really like their guitars.
Yeah, their guitars. I feel like you have a better choice as a guitar player for Reverend's products for guitars.
For money, yeah, for sure.
Because their basses, man, they only have a couple.
Yeah.
And they only have a couple body styles.
Yeah.
With the guitars, there's so many different Reverend guitars.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking love them, man. I really do. I've got 5 Reverend basses.
Wow, yeah.
They give them to me at a great deal.
That's awesome.
I'm one of their little artists.
Yeah,
Hell
sure.
yeah.
That's so cool.
I've been a Fender dude my whole life.
Yeah.
And
He kind of struck me as like, he's sort of like, you know what? I was thinking like Fender Aerodyne kind of stuff. Like that might have been.
I'm a P bass guy.
P bass,
man. Yep.
yeah, all right.
I'm a P bass guy.
Yeah.
And I've got a Rick too.
Yeah.
But I mean, nothing plays like those Reverends, man. Like,
So, just out of curiosity for you, like, because the Reverend basses that I've played and seen have been kind of like jag shape, which I think is sort of something they do a lot.
yeah, it is. They are kind of like jag shaped.
Yeah. What kind of necks do you like playing? Because they seem really fast.
For me, it's all the neck, and you're exactly
Yeah.
right. They are fast. There's no lacquer on the back.
Right. Yeah.
So it's just like smooth,
Just
like
nice
butter.
satiny kind of.
They're thin, so it's not. I feel like a P bass neck is more baseball bat.
Yeah, definitely get that C shape and stuff in there.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, they're just so fast, man.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's soft. Like,
Yeah.
they feel good.
It reminded me kind of like an Ibanez sound gear almost. Like when I first like plugged one in. Not that I've owned one, but like playing a couple. Like just as like sort of a low end estimate, I would say that's like closer. But I mean, again, I would say maybe it's a little bit more similar to what I'm playing right now, just a classic Stingray.
Okay.
I think that's a more similar neck profile, maybe to what you're describing. I've always really liked Music Man stuff, but the Reverends.
If you get a chance to play with them, man,
so good.
they do. They're like their stock Railhammer pickups.
I was just about to ask if they do their own pickups. I couldn't remember.
We had a chance to go out to the factory. They assemble them in Ohio. I think it's in Toledo.
Gotcha.
And got to tour the facility and see some new stuff and play some basses and stuff. Yeah, it was cool as hell.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Have they ever done anything like custom for you?
They've never offered, and I've never talked about it.
Yeah.
But I definitely would love to do that. So
I bet.
if they keep liking what I do and whatever, then maybe that would be something in the future.
That'd be so cool.
Because my thing is, it's all about the neck for me.
Yep, me too.
The body shape is kind of weird on the Reverend basses.
Yeah.
Took me a little while to get used to that.
Well, if you're coming from a P bass too.
Right.
Yeah.
I would just say, give me that neck on a P bass body.
Right. Yeah. That would
that's-
be great.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
really it, man.
Yeah.
Put your pickups in it, like
Yeah.
a P bass with a J at the bridge, and
Yep.
I'd be happy
Well,
as hell.
and that's me too every single time, because the only reason I've never gone with like a classic P or a J is because I want like the PJ, which is really why I think I ended up going with the Stingray, was because it's just, you get one nice little humbucker that's just really fat, and you can coil tap it and make it 2 singles, and yeah, you can do some things with that. Whereas like if you just have a P bass, like, I don't know, I miss some stuff about the more like mid to high that you can get from just a normal jazz bass.
Yeah.
And I slap a lot in the stuff that I've been doing recently, mostly just because I've gotten really into sort of like, I've gotten into a lot of like Larry Carlton stuff, like older kind of like, early jazz fusion things, but then it's been a lot of just like Japanese jazz fusion, because that
Cool.
stuff is like ridiculous. It's
Yeah,
just
that's cool.
Great players. I mean, and with my influences, I guess, growing up, I had a lot of like foreign music played around the house. A lot of Santana.
I was gonna say, your dad was a Latin percussionist.
Yeah, a lot of Ladysmith Black Mambazo. That was a huge
cool.
one growing up. Yeah, I just got lucky in the fact that I got to hear a lot of like very rhythmic music. But on that note, I have to query, what are some of your influences? Because I feel like some of like, not just the music that I've heard you do, but just the people that you've played with, some of it feels like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. Like, this is the trajectory that I could see here, like, in the discography, so to speak. But then some of it, I'm like, this feels like maybe a little out of left field, like, as far as, like, genre-wise, you know. Just, of course, a good musician can play with anybody.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm just curious, like, what led you to some of these choices?
Usually friends.
Yeah.
Like, in who needs or wants a bass player and who I want to play with. And
Right.
That is a very bass player response to that.
Freedom choice,
yeah. Because, I mean, there was times back in the day, like in the 90s here in town, the late 90s, I'd be in, like, 5 or 6 bands at once.
Yeah.
Of different genres.
Dude, you have a huge credit list, man.
Yeah,
You've worked with so
lot,
many
yeah.
different people.
Where did you guys find that?
You have a wiki.
Yeah, you have a wiki on you.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up for you right now, man. Yeah, I'll tell you the coolest thing.
I had no fucking idea.
Yeah.
The cool, like, it just, I think it just reminds me of, you know.
I was like, how do you know this stuff?
Yeah, right.
It
do
feels kind
research.
of creepy knowing it, to be honest with you. Like, it's kind of part of our job, I guess, to a
Yeah,
degree.
yeah.
But it feels
We're not-
so strange.
I
We're
figure
not
the internet
Nardwuar.
just has information. You know, you
Yeah.
can get out there and find stuff.
That is.
I think one of my favorite credits you have, though,
Is
is
it?
the Tony Danza's Tap
Oh, yeah,
Danza's
Tony
Shiny
Danza,
Danza,
Tap
dude.
Danza,
I
yeah.
fucking love it, man.
Yeah.
You know, growing up, again, my older brother, like, he was into, like, the heavier, hardcore music, and so
Yeah.
I followed suit, and that's where, like, a lot of my
Yeah.
taste in music comes from.
Yeah.
And, dude, I remember the first time I heard them, I was like, fuck, yeah.
They were
How'd you end up
incredible,
working
man.
with them?
They were from Murfreesboro.
Are they from Murfreesboro?
crazy.
It blows my mind.
Yeah, they
Like
moved
how
here.
many-
How
Yeah.
many people are from
Yeah.
Murfreesboro?
I think some of them moved from Louisiana or whatever. They formed here in Murfreesboro.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah,
cool.
so you're on something called Discogs.
Oh yeah, Discogs is a big website.
So that's you.
This is
It's got
yourself.
dude, it's got your Instagram link in it. It's got a bunch of your credits that you've worked on.
Now the real thing would be, are they
Oh, wow.
are they all correct? That would be
That is yeah. So obviously you can see I clicked on that immediately. I was like,
Yeah,
oh
this
shit.
is all correct stuff. Yeah.
That's cool. I saw like Tennessee Scum on there too.
So
and
you
I was
got
like,
that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's a throwback.
Where is it? Oh yeah, this is where I saw you were in a fucking motorcycle accident.
Oh yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah.
Well, and you were playing an upright in that picture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I play upright too.
There it is.
Do you own any uprights?
I do.
Is
Jason
that,
Dietz.
Is that difficult to maintain? I feel like this would be weird if you
It's
don't
so
know about
weird,
it.
man. It's so weird because I feel like I know stuff about him that I should. I'm like, yeah,
Well-
Jason Dietz, born January 1st, 1976.
That's a first, though. We've never had someone.
You're our
that we've-
first
What
wiki
the
guest, dude.
It knows that I played clarinet in elementary
Yes,
school.
dude. Yeah. Clarinet, saxophone, fucking, you're all over the map, bro.
How?
That was blowing
What?
my fucking mind.
Yeah. Well, so like, did you play clarinet?
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
enjoy that?
Didn't you play clarinet
Um,
for 3 years?
Dude, that's crazy shit. Can you text that to me?
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Yeah, I played clarinet in elementary school for just a couple years. It was like my parents wanted me to do it kind of
Yeah.
thing. And I did legit enjoy it. I enjoyed my music teacher and the people I was in band with and stuff. And then I think I played saxophone next because they just needed saxophone.
Right.
Oh, let's read an instrument, same.
Yeah,
I can pull
jam.
back up the wiki.
Yeah.
Let's say what you
I know,
played
right?
next.
Yeah. Tell me what fucking year I switched to saxophone.
Dude, it really does, man. It's so weird.
So like, just out of curiosity, like, did you know that early? Because like, I feel like when the music bug hits, like it hits.
When I started playing bass is when it hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
when I was like, okay.
Well,
this
that's
is,
another thing too, right? Is that
Yeah.
like when you find your instrument, that's like another step of like, okay, I kind of understood music like a little bit more than some of my friends. Like I knew what a beat was, what a measure
Yeah.
was. Like I could pick out like an A if I needed to, but like I feel like when you find the thing that like fits in your hand and you're like, okay, I could
This
do
feels
this.
natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like
how it was
almost a
with-
part of you.
with the bass for sure.
Man, I've been playing since 14. I can't even read music, dude.
I can't either.
I can't read tabs to save my fucking
Well,
life.
tabs is different.
Yeah.
And I
I've
can't.
tried.
I can't read like a staff, but you know.
I can't read any
No?
of it.
No, well, I've never tried to, and I really think that that's just because the only time that I've ever been introduced to it was in like elementary music classes, and it was just too. But I play by ear so much at this
It
point.
is, I mean, it's completely irrelevant. Like it.
yeah, it's just another way to look at the reading of it.
It's kind of like it's a different language basically. Like
Yeah.
learning how to read music is learning how to speak Spanish or whatever. you know?
Right.
There's
Yeah.
so many
Oh,
different
believe me, I do. Because
technical things involved, but you don't need to have that to be able to enjoy music. It's like
Not
you don't
even
have to
close.
go to India to get good Indian food.
Right.
You know,
Right,
or,
yeah.
or speak Indian. You can still enjoy Indian food without
Yeah.
knowing anything about the culture or whatever. you
Right,
know?
100%.
Yeah.
And playing music and reading music, I think, is kind of like that.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it's
especially-
not necessary at
No.
all to do unless you are going to seek that kind of path in music to where
Right.
you need to have that skill.
Yeah, if you're gonna be like the first chair in a symphony, like you
Right.
obviously have got to do
Right.
that.
Right.
But
I feel like it comes in handy for like a pianist, but not.
Right.
Not. I can read the chord chart that's hanging in the guitar center.
Yeah.
That's about fucking
Well,
it. Like,
even to that point though, like especially if you go downtown or something and you sit in and someone's like, okay, it's a 1-3-5 in E, like you know what that is. Like,
Right.
you know, that's
Right.
you should be able to sit down and play that no problem. Especially like if just let the drummer count in and then you should be fine. Like,
Yeah.
But you don't need to be able to sight read a staff in order to
No.
get through 90% of the gigs you'll ever have in your life.
that's true. I'm curious. I just because like I know what song I feel like would be the most fun to play in these arenas that you're going on tour with. But what is your favorite song, bass wise, to play with Amigo the Devil? Because I feel like I know what mine would be just because it's got such a good tempo to it. But
Just the fun part,
it wasn't listed
yeah.
in your wiki, so I don't know the answer to that question.
Huh. I like Drop for Every Hour because it has like a cool little bass run in it.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the most interesting things that I do.
Yeah.
But I like playing Hungover in Jonestown.
Fucking nailed it, dude. I
literally-
love that song so much.
Before
just
you pulled
because,
up,
like,
he
the-
was like, "This is the one."
I did. I played it for him. I was like, I'm gonna ask him, and I guarantee this is gonna be on there.
I like playing that one because that one, the crowd always goes fucking
Oh
nuts.
yeah, especially when it
Everybody-
gets to like
the sing along.
Yeah,
Everybody starts singing along, and it's
That's
just
so fun.
it's a fun song, and you just
Yeah.
really feel the
Oh
energy in the
yeah,
room
man.
in that song.
That song, I swear to God, it's like it was written for like. Have you ever seen The Corpse Bride?
Mhm.
You know when he finally gets to the underworld and the skeleton's like singing
Yeah.
and like banging on. I want to do an edit of that scene with
Put-
Hungover and
put Hungover
because it
and
even
Jonestown.
does after the first chorus and the verse and everything. The first verse, the second verse when it has like I don't even know what instrument it is, but he's like some sort of percussion instrument. And I don't know, man. I fucking, anytime I hear that song, it just reminds me of The Corpse Bride. It's like a Tim Burton
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
I love, dude, it's so great. I imagine, I figured that would definitely be.
We'll have to do this again after the next record comes out.
That'd be
and
great.
Oh, 100.
We
We
love
get to
that.
talk about the sounds and stuff that are on
That would
there.
be so
Oh,
fun to
dude,
do. Like
yeah,
a
you
little
I would love to
got
be
me
able to talk about
excited,
some of
man.
the stuff
Yeah.
and like how we made some of these sounds and like what's on there. But there's some there's some cool stories behind a lot of the stuff on this
See,
next record.
Buddy, we would love to have you on
Yeah.
whenever, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
think that's some of the cool stuff too. I think especially for like, and not to like put us pigeonholed into a certain thing, but I think especially for like social media nowadays, a lot of what people are really interested in musically is like a demystifying and understanding a lot of this recording process stuff. Because like I don't know if you've looked up any of this or not, but there's some really great videos of just like studio tours and like really deep dives on like what was it, dude who did all of Elliott Smith's recordings has like a huge series on YouTube talking about mics and talking about all the different recording stuff that they use, and like I think they're in like Studio City in Los Angeles, but they do a lot of really weird stuff like that, like the Bells, which is like a fairly big New Zealand band, I think. They do a lot of really interesting instrumentation and stuff like that, but reminds me of Modest Mouse a lot. Just like listening, not like Amigo the Devil specifically, just listening to like not only the instrumentation but the vocal too in a way, which honestly can even go like Future Islands at some points. But I'm interested too what just because it seems like you have almost like this sort of like classic punk like that kind of thing, and I'm such like a huge like Misfits, Black Flag person in general. That's like, I love that stuff. How did you get into this sort of like this punky Americana thing? Like, I know that you like, obviously we talked
Amigo
about
the Devil?
Yeah, well that, but like even some of the other stuff that we looked at, I feel like has a little bit of that, and I feel like, you know, it's some of it could be geography. Obviously, we learned how you got with that band, but like, I'm interested what you think is sort of like that marriage of like punk and Americana, because it seems to be pretty there.
I feel like that's the punkish whatever is just my roots that are, I feel like are obvious in my playing and what I do, and definitely what I listen to. Mainly like the DC punk rock stuff is what I grew up listening to.
It's the good stuff.
So no matter what I play, I'm always going to try to bring that element or that mentality, whether it's, you know, musically or just the mentality of like punk rock to things. I think when David and I started playing in the Hard and Draw, that was my first like country Americana-ish thing, because I was playing upright. You know, we had mandolin, fiddle, and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
But David, I don't write songs.
Gotcha,
so, you know, David writes songs, and that's what the songs needed. So it was like a perfect kind of thing. You know, I'm just going to kind of incorporate my thing, what I do, to what you're doing, because you got songs, and I don't do that. You know?
That's really cool.
And then just in that world of meeting people, and you know, this guy is one of my best friends, Joe Buck. He was Hank 3's bass player for a long time.
Gotcha.
That name sounds extremely familiar.
He was in the Shack Shakers. He was in a band called Baby something from Chicago. Anyway, but I think just knowing him and knowing Hank 3 from back in the day.
That would definitely do it,
kind of being in that circle.
Because he even has, just from what I've listened to, he's got some of that.
Yeah, he's definitely got that kind of punk rock country kind of thing.
Yeah,
dude,
there's a good amount of crossover in those musical genres, just like as things. I mean, they pretty similar chord progressions, pretty similar tempos and stuff like that. The only real difference I feel like is like the sort of shuffly like drum parts and things like that. You don't get with the punk, but you know.
And Danny, you know, Amigo, he's a fucking black metal fan. That's like
interesting.
If he wants to like zen out and zone out and like chill, black metal records, man. He'll put on black metal records and just sit there and just chill.
Like, hell yeah.
I can kind of relate to that.
Like he always wears black metal shirts on stage.
Really?
Man,
so interesting.
Yeah.
I just, after meeting you and like looking, because I had never heard of Amigo the Devil before, so like obviously after meeting you, I looked him up and everything. Immediately fell in love with that sound, and I was like, I gotta find.
It's so
like
cool.
I ran through all of it so quick. I mean, I keep it on repeat. I was like, I need more bands like this. This is fucking sick.
Did you start wormholing into other bands?
Oh yeah, man. It is because I had never heard.
He's like, I've been in half of them.
I had never heard any genre like that. It's very unique. I mean,
it is unique.
It's like the only way I can think to describe it is it's just like hauntingly beautiful. I mean, just the lyrics, the music, it sounds so beautiful, but then at the same time he's like talking about stabbing some girl, and I'm like, this is so good though, man. It's called Murder Folk. I had never even heard of it before.
Yeah, that's what they coined it as, Murder Folk.
That's really interesting.
It is extremely interesting, man.
I get it though. I mean, one of my favorite genres is just like doom and like stoner metal.
Yeah, me too.
Like that's like I was able to support Third Man the other day, which I don't do very often. I mean, I love Third Man, but they don't really put out things that I'm super interested in 90% of the time.
Sorry, my wife is texting.
No, you're good.
But they put out 2 sleep records onto cassette, and I was like, okay, I've got to buy those. So I bought Dope Smoker and the Sciences.
Hell yeah.
And eventually,
Dude, I love Dope Smoker.
Me freaking too. Oh my gosh. I tried to show it to my wife the other day. I got her super baked, and I was like, you have to like be really high to appreciate it.
It's one of those records that like as soon as it starts, I feel like you don't even have to be high.
Yeah,
you just
like,
start feeling stoned when the riff kicks on, man.
There is like a trance. Like if you put on a Matt amp and an SG in front of it, and you just like fuzz it out and go to town, like you are in that place somehow. They I
love that though.
Me too. That is one of my. Them and Electric Wizard, and I like that. All the like early stoner stuff, which I guess I should have known I was gonna like more, but like huge Black Sabbath fan. Like Volume 4 is like my favorite record throughout all of high school.
It's incredible.
It's so great. And like I never thought about it, and then one day I was like, oh, Doom. This is like my favorite genre of music. I didn't even know that this was a thing.
Oh yeah, dude. It's always cool to discover things like that though.
Yeah.
Because like I'm constantly looking for like new music because I consume so much music that like I'm constantly on the hunt for new stuff so that I don't get burnt out on everything else in my trail. And it's so easy to, especially like I got earbuds in all day every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a never-ending stream. So like stumbling upon not only like a new artist that you really appreciate, but a whole new genre that you just didn't even know existed. It is that's really cool.
I think noise rock is like my go-to. Like like it's heavy. It's not metal. It's not rock. There's bands like Kowloon Walled City, the Jesus Lizard.
Yeah,
like, that's a great name.
Stuff in that realm where it's like it's just not metal enough to be metal, and it's not tech metal. You know,
right?
Yeah. There's still aggressive, sometimes screaming stuff happening, but. Man, we saw this band called Def Club with Escuela Grind when we had a night off in Denver, and Def Club was fucking incredible. It's got a dude from this band, The Locust, but again, it's like
also
thrashy, noise rocky stuff, you know, and they fucking blew my mind. Escuela Grind too. They were more of like a grindcore band with like female vocals.
Wow.
But I mean, she's a fucking beast, man.
Yeah, I'm sure you have to be
like this tall, just running around stage, like up in people's faces, man. Just with like a set of pipes that you're just like, what the fuck? You're doing that from your fucking face, man. How is that even possible?
I feel like I don't even know if they necessarily fall in that genre, but just based on the way that you're describing it, I immediately think of Law Dispute, and you know who Law Dispute is? Mm-hmm. You would probably like them, man, because they're very similar to exactly what you just said. Like, it's very punky. Sometimes they scream, and it's not like traditional punk, though. But I mean, like, you know, just a very kind of like aggressive band, but he's got beautiful, clean vocals, and then he just goes right into this strained screaming. It's almost like he's in an argument. You know what I mean? It's almost not even like singing. It's like a fucking argument that he's having. It's not for everybody. When I play it, like, my girl hates it. She is like, this is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
Turn this off
I'm obsessed
immediately.
with them. I absolutely love them. But it's something, I feel like there's a lot of people in that genre, but there's not, and I'm not trying to hate or anything, but there's not a lot of great. I feel like when you find the ones that are good, it's like gold. But then it's like any angry, any angry 20-year-old can just start screaming it in his garage. And I mean, that's what the Murfreesboro house show scene was, which I ate up, dude. Did you make your circuits around there? Like Per Palace, Eisenhower, Rabbit Hole? Yeah, dude, I
still pop up at house shows every once in a while.
Is it still going pretty good?
As far as I know,
Man, I like...
There's that one right up the street from you guys, the Crossroads.
I don't know if I've been to that one. Maybe I have. I mean, dude, I went to so many different ones.
Dude,
it's hard to even fucking...
I mean, y'all could... It's like not even a mile from here.
Really? Okay, maybe
it's called Crossroads.
It's called Crossroads. It's on the corner of Memorial and Jefferson Pike.
Okay. Yeah, that's really close.
Yeah, that is extremely
The gas station
close.
is on the right. It's the house right across the street from the gas station, kind of in the woods right there in the corner.
Oh, I know.
Are you fucking serious?
They do punk rock shows every fucking weekend.
Oh, we are going there.
We have to go there.
Well, okay, so the laundry room.
I think it got fucked up though. I think like someone people were parking at the school and left some beer cans at the school or something. So Crossroads might be fucking weird right now, but I mean, it's like they've done some dope shit there, man.
Oh yeah, cool. Man! I that is what I did any house show that was happening because I had like 5 of them in circuit that I would go to, and I loved it so much, man. I was always there. And
I'm still in the Murfreesboro house show Facebook.
So am I. Yeah, so am I.
Yeah,
I feel like at a certain point,
Ethan, what?
Ethan Rose.
Oh. I would have to see him.
Yeah.
I remember when Quentin was running the Murfreesboro house show page.
Okay.
I know the little blonde Ethan with the nose ring. Ethan Young, maybe? He's a drummer.
Yeah, Ethan with the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Rose.
Is it Rose? Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Well, that might be...
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy, though.
He lives there.
Okay.
And then Sue, do you guys know Sue?
Uh-uh.
She was, I think it's maybe her lease there or her house or something.
It's been a long time since I've been involved in that scene.
Yeah.
I feel like after a while, so many like pillheads started showing. It just, I don't know if it's still like that, but it's almost like word spread. Like high school kids told their friends that this was a thing, and people were just showing up just to get fucked up. They weren't there for the music. They weren't there for the hangs. They just wanted to get fucking trashed.
Yeah, fucking trashed.
Yeah. What happened with Headache House? That was in Smyrna. Headache House was our little like punk show venue for a long time, and then Blake Casper, who was in Rat Bastard, that was the big band that played in there a lot. His mom owned the house, and it was just a basement. And there, some of the most live shit I've ever seen was in that basement.
Dude, crazy shit happens at house shows, man. Yeah.
We had a house show thing here. When I was in this band Serotonin in Murfreesboro.
That's a good name.
And 2 of the dudes lived together, and it was a duplex, so there was another fucking person attached to this house.
I bet they loved that.
And those dudes did house shows, man.
Holy fuck.
Converge played there. Fucking Reversal of Man. Just like these bands from that era that were like, holy fuck, they played in this teeny little duplex in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And we have recordings of some of the shows that were there.
Really?
Cave-In played there. There were so many bands. This band Braid played there. Karate played there.
No way. I just re-listened to... they just re-released one of their records.
Karate?
Yeah. And
which record?
It's the white and green one with the green border.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
They were so good.
So good.
They were awesome, man.
Yeah.
They had like a cool, weird, jazzy thing.
Pitchfork has been like blowing them up for the past couple of months.
Oh, really?
I guess that it was long enough that they re-released that record, and
that's
they
cool.
Just loved it. But that was a band that I got into kind of like, man, maybe like 2010ish, which even was a little after, Obviously, it was after what they were doing, really. But
they had that record, cool. Some Boots, that I feel like was really accessible to people, and I think maybe that put them into a different thing.
Yeah, that sounds right. They're great, though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's like a good example of kind of like a predecessor to modern noise rock. Yeah. I feel like noise rock is a little difficult to define too as a genre, because like if you go online, like I feel like people confuse or conflate math rock and noise rock a lot,
for sure.
And they're very much not the same deal.
No, they're very different, yeah.
But people throw like Pinkerton into like a noise rock category, and I feel like that's apt, but it's not necessarily like that's not what noise rock people listen to, like very different from like the actual like genre itself.
Did you guys ever see Sheepshifter in town?
Mm-mm.
No.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I have no idea in most of the band names that I saw. So like I very well could have. Yeah, back in the house show days.
Yeah, right.
Very, very possible.
Yeah,
it's just
possible.
a haze of pot smoke and
just
sweat.
man, good times. Dude.
Yeah.
Is Foreman's Basement still going?
I'm not sure. I don't.
Do you know which one that one is? It's the one right next to Greek Row. I was surprised every fucking time we never got busted being over there. So
that's
you
so
park
funny
at Greek
because
Row.
there's Foreman's Basement and then that 70s house.
Yeah.
There's no reason
I don't think I've been to either one of those.
Right at Greek Row, man. You slip through the trees, and it's legit like a fucking basement,
Yeah.
and then you go down there. Dude, it's the coolest spot.
Yeah, it's
man.
like a storm
It is
shelter almost.
It is.
Yeah.
It is the coolest spot, man.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That's the fun thing though, is like you've been in this forever, and like we came a lot later than you did, and we both have like speakeasy stories, basically. You know, like
yeah, like from the house shows.
Right. Well, it's
Yeah,
just
cool
such
shit.
a neat culture. Like who
It is.
does that? It's
Yeah.
like
Finding
it's
that.
like a cult. It's
The-
great.
Yeah.
Well, because you had to know, you know
You
what I
did,
mean? Like
yeah,
you had to know somebody that had, that knew that this was going on. It's not like it's
It's
fucking
special.
public information for
Right.
people just
Yeah,
to go
they
to.
want the cops to know.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We've got a new little DIY spot called Graveyard Gallery.
That
Sounds really
sick fucking
it's such a
name,
great
man. Where's
name.
that one at?
It's on the corner of Main and Broad behind the tattoo shop.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
the electric.
Yeah,
Something, whatever it's
Electric
called.
Peach?
It's behind that, so it's like right next to the club, Main Street.
Yeah.
And then behind the tattoo shop.
I know exactly.
You just
what
go
you're
in the
talking
back door behind there, and it's dope, man. It's like little stage, decent PA, and there's bands playing there, and it's house show kids.
about.
Mix.
I want to go there.
Just
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
beautiful mix of cool people. Very artsy. There's usually people displaying art and stuff in the front room.
That's
and-
pretty sick, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's really
Yeah,
neat.
I've been
I
to a
love
couple
that.
shows there, and I was like, all right, thank God. We
Do
got
they have, like,
a
Yeah, this
cool
isn't
thing other than the
dying.
borough right now, for bands to play. You know?
Yeah.
Do they have a page? How do you?
I'm sure they probably do. It's
I'm gonna
called
run to the restroom.
Graveyard Gallery.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude,
Yeah.
I'll have to try to find them or something. Or next time you go over there, dude, shoot me a text
Yeah,
because I would
that
love.
sounds- Yeah, you guys
should
to
definitely
go
check it
over
out.
there, man. Yeah,
And it's
that sounds like a good
BYOB
time.
too, which is cool as fuck.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's like one of the best parts about the
Yeah.
house show scene is like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spend $75 tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, at the freaking bar, man.
You may pay like $5 or $8 to get in. But
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
Walk in with a fucking 6-pack of beer or whatever.
That was the cool thing about there was a little venue right there. I think it was Vine Street called maybe it was TFG's, and you could book it yourself. So like it was just like an event space. The same like bouncer or security guard was there all the time. You could just rent the place out and then go play there. It's BYOB.
Like
They did-
TFGs?
Yeah, does that sound familiar? Because I
Sounds
think
familiar,
that's what
man.
it was called, dude.
Yeah,
it
that
was
sounds
right there
familiar.
on Vine Street, down the strip. Like you would walk, past Jack Brown's and all that, go all the way down by the library.
Okay, yep. Yep.
That place was sick.
Yeah.
I wanted to buy it when they were selling it, but I was also like 19. So.
That thing had been a couple different things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a band going around for a while in the house show scene. I don't know if Chasing Lights sounds familiar to you, but they were more of like, I don't know, kind of like Cage the Elephant-y.
Okay.
So I know that entire band, and they were eating up the house show scene for a while. Like the one over there on Minerva, Per Palace, all them.
Yeah.
And dude, it was just such a good time, man. And then it was like, I guess too many people found out about it or something, and that's when everything changed. It's
Yeah.
like you would go to a house show, and then you got to worry about like people getting fucked up, trying to fight, and like
Yeah.
it's just the whole energy of it just
Yeah.
kind of started
It
going in the
definitely
wrong
changed, yeah.
direction. Yeah, it was almost like an episode of Shameless every time I fucking walk into
Yeah.
one.
It's like drama.
Yeah,
no
which is
thanks.
like, I mean, it can be entertaining when it's once in a blue moon, some crazy shit happens.
Yeah.
When it's every fucking time you go to one, though, that's when I was like, all right, man.
Yeah, this is too much.
I can't go to these house shows
Yeah.
anymore, dude. But yeah, man, do you know Bad Culture, or the 1933? They were the 1933. Now they're Bad Culture, but
Okay.
yeah, they played that circuit a lot too. Just all the different house shows.
And I could have seen them
Same
before.
thing,
and,
yeah,
I just
yeah,
didn't know
could've
the
just
name
seen
of them,
them.
or yeah.
Yeah, man, I always loved going to them around Halloween too, because it's like the house shows through the coolest fucking Halloween parties. man.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's a couple good little venues in Murfreesboro.
There is, man. Like I said, the Graveyard Gallery and Hop Springs is doing like dope shows now. Fucking Weed Eater played there.
Dude, yeah, I saw you posting about
And
that.
I was like,
man.
what the hell, man?
I want to go to Hop Springs so fucking bad. I still haven't been.
Oh man, yeah, you gotta go check it out. They've
I
got like a
do.
legit stage in there now. Like
Well, it's like Arrington Vineyards for beer, though.
yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's cool as hell, man.
That is super cool. I didn't realize how many breweries were even popping up in Murfreesboro either until I started looking.
Yeah.
Like Mayday is the big one everybody knows, which is
And
a
then
great
Panther
place.
Creek.
Panther Creek,
Yeah.
and then Panther Creek. That's the one by Chewy's.
No, Panther Creek is the one by the railroad tracks
Okay.
on Maine.
Now I'm trying to think of the one. There's another one behind
Yeah, there's-
Chewy's that's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool. Yeah, I like to see it, man. That's one good thing with growth. You know, you're kind of getting some cool spots here and there pop up.
Yeah, which is totally cool.
Hell yeah, dude. You ever play it all over at Liquid Smoke or anything when they have events?
I haven't, man.
No?
It's been forever. Yeah, it's been legit forever.
That's a pretty cool little spot.
Yeah, I love Liquid Smoke.
They do, you ever been to the comedy event that they do every second Monday?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, that is such a good place
Yeah,
to
it
be,
is, man. Yeah, that's a good time.
We actually had a guy on last week. His name was Rob Wentz, and that's where I met him. He was one of the comedians that they had over there.
Oh, cool.
I think the dude who hosts it, I think his name's Matt, maybe. But yeah, it's pretty sick, man. He just gets like a lineup of like 5 or 6 comedians, and
They're all great too.
yeah. They're all great. Half of them were from New York, though, and they got down here, and they were just ripping on the fact that it was a cigar shop. They were like, wow, man, y'all are one
funny.
fedora away from being losers. It's like, damn, dude. Yeah,
I'm going to have to wrap up fairly soon.
Yeah,
y'all.
absolutely, man.
for sure.
Absolutely.
I got to go pick up the wife on the motorcycle.
Indeed.
I was going to say, like, you know, I appreciate what you guys are doing, and anything
Yeah.
local, like, I'm all about it, man. Like,
Us too.
you know, that's how we keep this thing going,
Exactly.
and you know, let
100%,
people
man.
know that even just a little further from Nashville, there's cool shit going on
Yeah,
so
down
much.
here, you know?
Yeah,
It's
I
not
think
as,
Murfreesboro
like-
over Nashville.
It's not as cliquey and things,
Not at all.
and there's not like these weird Nashville egos and things attached to things.
That's
But I've got some dope friends in town, man, that you guys would probably like should definitely link up with.
Absolutely,
For
man.
sure.
We would
We would
appreciate
love
that.
that.
My
yeah.
friend Matt played with Beck. He
wow.
No shit.
That's huge.
yeah, he played with Beck. He scores movies, and he does all. I mean, he's got a home studio here that's just dope.
Wow.
He,
That's
like,
sick, man.
That's
he did the
super
Ninja
cool.
Turtles movie recently.
Yeah.
He does like
That's
he does all
awesome.
kinds of stuff, man. He's cool as hell.
Yeah, man,
Super cool.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
if you want to, you know, whenever we wrap up, throw
Yeah.
me some names
Yeah,
real quick.
yeah,
Dude, I would
yeah,
love
for
to
sure.
get connected with some people.
There's I don't know him, but the dudes in Flummox do. The guitar player from Judas Priest lives here
Yeah,
in Murfreesboro.
really?
Yeah.
Are you fucking
Wild.
shitting
Yeah,
me,
the guitar
dude?
player from Judas
Wild.
Priest lives here in Murfreesboro. And apparently, like, super cool guy. You know, he'd
Oh,
definitely come over
sure.
and like chit chat and hang
Dude,
That'd be amazing.
yeah, that's sick, man.
That's
Yeah.
that's
yeah, there's just
cool.
you know
Like I said,
several just random cool people in Murfreesboro that would
That's-
probably like be
that's the
dope to have on a
thing.
podcast.
well, it blows my
Yeah.
mind how many people come through here,
They
dude. Like, you know who
do,
Sturgill
though.
Simpson is?
Yeah.
Love his music. He's one
Yeah.
of the better country artists of today. And
Sturgill's
he has a
great.
story. Whenever he wrote Turtles All the Way Down, which is his story about like hallucinogenics and stuff, he was like, yeah, man, back when I was, you know, living in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, I was
Yeah,
sitting
it's
on my
like-
buddy's porch smoking DMT, and that's how I wrote this song. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? Sturgill
Yeah,
Simpson
like-
was here.
I
Yeah,
saw
it's pretty
that
cool, man.
John Mulaney was on something.
Yeah.
Like just shit
Yeah.
on Murfreesboro, man. I was like, that's hilarious.
Dude,
right?
man.
I can only
That's-
assume that was at Cannonsboro. I feel
It's the
like
only
there was
thing that makes sense.
probably
Yeah.
Where the fuck else are you gonna? be?
Cannonsboro
Yeah,
is
exactly.
really funny too because they will do anything from like a bluegrass weekend to like a pride festival,
Right.
And like
Yeah,
anything in between.
Oh my god, dude! The
Cannonsboro's
drama
fun.
that happened over the Pride Festival
if
was
you-
fucking
Yeah.
insane.
If you dig into some of those Uncle Dave Macon songs,
Oh, they're
man,
really
it's like,
yeah.
I don't know if we should be having Uncle Dave Macon days, y'all.
Oh,
Like,
well, that's for sure. Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
like, I mean, there's like songs with the N word in the
Yeah,
title
dude,
of the
it's
fucking
pretty
song.
Yeah.
man.
fucking
It's
wild,
like,
man.
yeah,
Tennessee doesn't give a shit,
I
or
was like-
Murfreesboro
it's like,
doesn't,
do
I
y'all-
guess.
Do y'all
Who
know
was-
this?
yeah,
Like-
right. Who was the other one that was like that? Well, he's a lot bigger, probably like nationally. He was
You talking about Johnny Paycheck?
no. He's like super outlaw country. I can't remember his name. He's like Waylon Jennings era.
David
but I-
Allen Coe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Allen Coe had some
Yeah.
fucked
Yeah,
off songs.
yeah.
David Allen Coe's a weird.
Yeah, it's a
He's like
fucked up
country
shit.
Gigi Allen, which
Yeah.
is like really
Yeah.
saying something. Gigi Allen, another weird one to get into.
Oh, yeah.
That's that was definitely more in my punk days. Oh man.
Is that the dude? Wait, who's the guy that was shitting on stage?
That-
Is that
yeah,
Jim?
that's-
Yeah, okay.
that's
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
Gigi.
Yeah. He was fucking wild,
Yeah,
man.
man.
All right, well, shit, dude. Before we wrap up, man, you have anything you
Yeah.
want to plug? You want to talk about anything? About to go on tour to Europe. Everybody
About to go
should
on tour to
definitely tune
Europe.
in.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
100%.
more tours after that.
Yeah, fuck
Nice.
yeah, dude.
I'll be home August and September, which I'm
Good.
stoked about.
Yeah, get a little time away.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, that's your 2-month break.
intense.
Yeah,
Is that
2-month
right
break.
after the West Coast tour?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's with Trampled by Turtles on the West Coast.
Trampled by Turtles.
Have you never heard of them?
No, dude,
I've
that's
heard
a
of them.
sick
Yeah.
name.
They're
We're
awesome.
playing fucking Red Rocks.
Oh,
That's
word.
so
Yeah, we're playing
sick.
Red Rocks like July 13th or 16th, I think.
Wow.
Does that seem unreal? Everybody always
It
talks
does.
about how fucking crazy Red
Yeah.
Rocks is to play, dude. That's gonna be awesome, man.
I played a festival there in 2007, but not on the main stage.
Right.
Gotcha.
In a band that I was in, we played like on a stage inside, but I got to like be there and see the
Yeah.
show and
Right.
stuff. And it's different because, you know, at most venues the stage is up high and you're looking out on the crowd. You see people's heads and whatever. Sometimes there's balconies and you can see up in the balcony.
Right.
But at Red Rocks, the whole amphitheater, when you're looking on the stage, everybody's looking down on the stage.
Yeah.
It goes up.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you look out, like you actually see how many fucking people are in that,
Yeah.
and like how
Yeah.
big the thing is, you know.
Because it's built like a Greek
Right,
Roman
Colosseum,
style.
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Like
So
the
I've
first
never
theaters.
played in a place where the stage is down low and everybody's looking down like that.
Yeah.
So
Well, man,
that's going to be a weird
interesting.
thing to walk out to.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
cool
dude.
though. I mean, just the history of it. I'm sure.
Yeah,
it'll
for
be
sure.
Super neat to like.
Yeah, it's going to be really special. My parents are going. All of our parents. Are
hell
going.
yeah,
Oh,
dude.
sure.
Yeah, that's
I'm
awesome.
sure.
Yeah, friends are going.
Yeah.
Man, I'm
they're
glad all this cool
traveling
stuff's
and-
working out for you, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
no, thank you. Yeah, it's a blessing.
It's really
man.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a blessing for sure.
That's
Well,
crazy.
We've been so excited to have you on here.
Oh, absolutely.
This-
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sorry I had to keep putting it off.
No,
man.
not at all,
Please,
man.
we
Totally
get it.
get
Shit,
it.
we-
Keeps popping up and I
Well,
forget about things.
I mean,
and-
man,
Oh,
we tried to
us too.
schedule a week before you were going on a tour. That's
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
scheduling.
Well, just the fact that you were nice enough to come and do this was.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely,
I was
man.
stoked when I met you at the pub.
right,
Yeah.
dude. Which, by the way, what a great bar. I fucking
Yeah,
love the
I
pub.
love the pub
man.
too. I went there last night, man.
Did you?
Yeah, my brother came to town. I took my brother to the pub.
I try not to go too much because
Yeah,
like,
same.
pub
yeah.
is
yeah, pub will suck you in. Yeah, if you go too much, it'll suck you in.
Yo,
yeah.
yeah, dude.
Campus
I
pub?
spent the summer there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I
Yeah.
met him, dude. I just
Yeah.
bumped into him, and
That's
I was
great.
like,
Well, I mean, I get it. The campus pub, I feel like, is an institution around here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
dude.
my spot. Campus pub and
Yeah.
the borough are my spots.
Yeah,
Fucking
the
love
borough
it,
is great. Yeah, they're still
Yeah.
open now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because there was talk of them like shutting down for good, like not too long ago. But I'm glad
It's probably
they
during
didn't.
the
now.
COVID.
He shut like
Yeah.
temporarily.
Gotcha.
He basically took like a summer off.
That's good.
Yeah.
Josh is just
Yeah.
such a cool person at pub too, man. Like,
Yeah,
they're just
I
great
like Josh
people.
a lot.
Yeah, just great people.
Really fair prices too.
Oh,
It's like the thing
absolutely.
that really.
Smoke weed on the porch. No one
Right.
cares.
Yeah.
No one gives a fuck
Perfect.
about
Yeah.
anything. dude.
Nothing.
Half the people that are waiting in line to take a piss are not taking a piss.
No,
Not taking a
exactly,
piss.
exactly.
You know?
That's
exactly.
the only downfall. Is like, guys, I actually have to piss.
Yeah.
You fucking
Hurry
speed
up
it
in
up,
there.
dude.
Yeah,
I
for
don't give a
real.
shit what you're doing. Just make
Yeah.
it quick.
Yeah.
And
Man.
at this point, it's like, why are you guys even going to the bathroom? Everybody knows. Just
Yeah,
do it.
You
do
really
it.
could
Yeah.
just do
Do
it
it.
right by the pool table.
Yeah.
man.
no
Like,
one would care.
Honestly, you
that
probably
nice.
make some money doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a sick little spot to go
It
to.
is,
though. I
man.
love
That's my
it.
favorite.
Well, shit, Jason, man, we really appreciate
for
you.
sure.
Nah,
coming
yeah, I
on,
appreciate
man.
you
It's so
guys.
fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Like I said,
Yeah.
super excited for you.
And then
It's
after
really
the
awesome.
record comes out, let's chat
Please.
again.
Absolutely.
We would
Yeah.
love that.
Absolutely.
I would love
love
as much
that.
opportunity to talk about that record as possible. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was a,
Well, we
it was
can.
a crazy experience.
I bet. Well, we can do like a whole deep dive into the production of it. That would be
Cool.
That'd be a
Okay.
super neat episode to do.
So is that what you were working on whenever
Yeah.
whenever we were talking? You were like, dude, I
Yeah.
hate to do it. I've been in the studio all fucking week.
Yeah.
yeah,
Dude, that's awesome, man. I cannot
Yeah.
wait for more Amigo the Devil to come out.
Yeah.
Absolutely
that's gonna
love
be
them.
sick.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Hell yeah.
We
Well,
appreciate you,
Yeah,
sir.
I appreciate you guys.
this has been
Hey.
Just
After
midnight.
Podcast.
Boom.
Beautiful.
Done.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
After midnight.